So first of all, what is the importance of research? Can anybody tell? Why do we write a research paper? Anyone can unmute and answer. See, I want an interactive session, so please go ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes, Soumya.
Ma'am, basically, to know more about that particular topic and to have a in-depth research about that topic, about knowing all the aspects of that topic, that what are the its kinds, effects, and causes like that.
Okay, good, good.
Thank you.
Any such significance? Just think, why do you write? Why do people write research paper? Just to time pass? Or is there any significance of writing it? Okay. So first of all, we'll see कि people write so that they can't contribute to the society. They help in expanding the knowledge. Like you can see people talk about new theories, concepts, and interpretations. So it helps in expanding knowledge first. It helps in improving teaching and learning. It helps professors and students to stay updated and to gain knowledge. Further, it helps to strengthen the legal interpretation, to basically to identify various perspectives of a statute or a particular section in general, or case laws, case analysis, as we have seen, or legal doctrine. And also, it supports policy recommendations. For example, the Law Commission reports are basically based on what whatever literature is available. So, because when we write a research paper, we provide certain suggestions to formulate a policy. Further, people also write to identify social injustices, to raise concerns regarding what is happening in the society, for example, gender justice, prisoner right, or environmental protection, etc. Further, there are certain studies that provide a comparative approach, like comparative analysis of different legal systems. So that's why we also do um, write research. Okay. So basically, what you are doing, Abhi, currently in internship, you are writing the article. You can't say that it is a research paper. Okay, it's just article or blog writing. Research paper is thoda technical. So first of all, we'll see ki how to write a research paper, because it is very important. You being a law student, and if you have any research paper published in a journal or somewhere, then it enhances your CV. Okay, so it's very important for you to understand this. So, how, first of all, you need to select a particular research topic. So, how do you choose it? First of all, you identify your areas of interest. For example, one may be interested in corporate law, one may be interested in IBR or IBC or competition law. So based on your areas of interest, you select a particular subject matter. Then you identify what are the research gaps. Because if there is something already in the existing literature, then what's the point of writing a research paper? Because a research paper is written to identify the research gaps and to fill in the research gap. Okay, so uh, for this, current affairs plays a major role, because maybe there may be some new bill or act which can be introduced in the parliament, and you find that this needs to be addressed. This is creating a particular problem or situation, and this needs to be addressed. So that is why you identify such gaps. Then you also decide that is it worth writing this on this topic. You decide that it should not be outdated, it should be current, it should be helpful to other people as well. Okay, so that's how you choose a research topic. Bas Mostly people choose it whatever is happening currently from the current affairs. Okay, now, okay. So before proceeding, I wanted to ask, does anyone know the structure of a research paper? How is it structured from starting to end? If anyone has ever published it. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, title page, abstract, introduction, method, result, discussion, main body, then conclusion, I think.
Okay, okay, good, 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 Akshay. So mostly whatever you said, we include that. So we'll see one by one what is this. So title should be concise and descriptive. It should be, it should not be very lengthy. It should be related to whatever you are discussing in your research paper. So mostly people just decide on the title aspect at the last, very last of the research paper. What is the difference between abstract and introduction, if anyone knows?
Ma'am, basically, abstract is the gist of the research of the whole paper. Ki what are the things that we have dealt in this particular paper? What are the मतलब issues that have been arising? मतलब it's just कि मतलब हमने पेपर में क्या क्या लिखा है मतलब. और introduction is basically the we can say that we can include definition in that, its origin, like that, about the topic that we have chosen.
Sure, sure thing. Good. So abstract, like Soumya said, it's the summary of the research from starting to end, whatever you are including, you just mention it in short, briefly. Introduction is you are giving the background of the particular research paper. Okay, like you are writing on Section 9 of Arbitration Act that talks about interim measures. So, in introduction, you will write what is Section 9, what is relevant, what are the concerns. You will write all these things. Okay, then we write literature review. So, basically, many people don't know how to write a literature review. So, how to conduct a literature review. First of all, you identify relevant literature, okay, but relevant to your topic. So you can go through the books, journals, commentaries, etc. You can search, go through SCC online, Manupatra, Heen online, JSTOR, Google Scholar. These are mostly the databases that people use to find journals. Then you can use keywords, like you can put inverted commas and then you can find your relevant material. So this is a trick that is helpful. So first you have identified the relevant literature, then you analyze and organize the literature. In so you can either organize it in chronological order or based on the themes or based on the research methods or based on the legal theories they follow. Whatever you suits you. Then how do you write it? First of all, you write the introduction. Introduction talks about what is covered in that particular literature, what the author talks about in that literature. In the body, you talk about what the author has failed in in its existing literature, what he or she should have incorporated it, and in the conclusion part, you link the literature review to your research question, like how you are addressing the research gap. Okay, so this now literature review is done. So we have then comes the research methodology. So research methodology means how the research is conducted, what is the approach that has to be taken, and what are the tools you use to collect and analyze the data. So there are two types of legal research, okay, doctrinal and empirical research. You must have heard these terms, okay. So can anybody tell what is doctrinal and empirical research? What's the main difference? There are 16 participants. Anyone can unmute and say.
Ma'am, basically doctrinal legal research focusing on analyzing the existing legal principles, and empirical legal research uses data collection method.
Okay, good. So basically, doctrinal is related to theory, theoretical research, and empirical is field-based research. Like uh, you formulate research questions. First of all, doctrinal. So doctrinal, you first identify the legal issue and research problem. Then you collect the primary and secondary sources. Then you interpret. Then you analyze, and then you draw conclusion based on your legal reasoning. So this is purely theoretical. In empirical, you choose a appropriate data collection method such as survey, interview, case study. You must have seen key people ask you to fill a questionnaire form, or people ask for your opinion as well. So that is empirical. In doctrinal, you analyze the existing literature and write upon that. Okay. Now, types of research approaches qualitative research and quantitative. Qualitative is mostly descriptive and analytical, and quantitative is statistical and empirical. Then methods of data collection. You use primary sources and secondary sources. Mainly, a research paper is a mixed combination of both primary sources and secondary sources. So you can just see, you can use these sources such as legal constitution, statutes, treaties, and case laws, and surveys and questionnaires, books and journal, law reports, and government reports. To incorporate it in your research paper, because when you include authority in your research paper, that makes your research more reliable. Okay. Now, then coming to the content, the body. How do you write any content? So your content should be not descriptive. I have seen people are sending in turns only. I won't take the names, but people are sending very descriptive articles. We don't want descriptive articles. We want an article that analyzes a particular situation. Can anybody tell what is the difference between an analytical and descriptive? Vaibhav, Vibha, Vinita, Vaishnavi, Akshada, Tauhid, Anisha, Khushbu, Arappriya, Mishu, Sampada, anyone, Akansha, because I'm seeing the articles are very descriptive. This means that you are just explaining what is the meaning of what a particular thing topic is. We don't want the meaning. You should analyze ki what is this particular thing, okay, but what are the challenges? How it can be improved? Your suggestions that should be included. Be critical. you should analyze the pros and cons of a particular topic. You should use the recent statistics to support your arguments. There are WHO studies, WTO studies, or various government statistics that you should incorporate. That shows that you have done the research. You just can't simply mention, okay, this is this, and you conclude your. When you include statistics, it shows the gravity of the situation. Okay, this is such a serious situation. Only 40% people have access to essential medicines in India. So, this kind of things you should include. Then you should include structured headings. People are not including structured headings. They are just writing and writing and writing. There should be a proper flow of arguments. You should introduce a topic, then you should state what are you going to talk about, then what are the challenges and what can be the way forward. Use flow charts. See, if you have got, I understand that 600 words is very less. You can't explain everything, but you should have used flow charts. You should have used diagrams to explain your topic. I can't see anything like that. It also enhances your article. Then avoid using AI. Still, people are using AI. I don't understand. It's very easy to detect AI. We can just have a glimpse, and in 2 seconds, we can understand that this is an AI generated content. But still, people are using. That's why we have given you to write on only 600 words, which is very less, so that you don't have to use AI. Okay. Now, citations and referencing. If you are copying any content from a particular website, then you should properly mention the name of the website, or mention the name of the journal, or mention the name of the book, so that you should give credit to the original authors. And you should follow while citing a but. Acha, you all know na what is citation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, yeah, whenever you see a journal, you can see in the footnotes they are a particular citations, that is called citations, that gives the source from where you have taken that idea, from where you have taken the argument. So, why do you mention citation? To prevent plagiarism, to maintain credibility, and to demonstrate depth of research. Because if you are citing good journals, you are citing good authorities, this means that you have done well research. See, the whole purpose of this session is that you write more and more, you contribute more to the literature as you are the law students. So, this is a very important aspect of your legal education. Okay, you should go through the Blue Book or Schola, whatever citation format is there. You should follow a uniform citation in your article or research paper. Okay, huh. Now publishing the research paper. You need to, there are various conferences that are held. Okay, like you can see in the Logtopus ka website, or Live Law, or SCC Online ka website, and sometimes we also share it in the groups, whatever is an upcoming conference. So you should participate in those conferences and write according to their formatting guidelines or submission guidelines. Otherwise, if you are not participating in a conference, then you should first select a right journal, because there are various journals that are based on a particular aspect. For example, a particular journal may be based only on competition law. There's this CCI ka journal on competition law. So based on the subject matter, you choose a journal. Then There are few journals that are Scopus Index or UGC Care journals. These are high quality journals. If you have published in these journals, this means that your paper was your paper possessed high quality. Your paper was high quality. So also one more tip that I can give you in during an internship, you may be asked to research for a particular case. Okay. So what you can do, you can just open Indian Qanun or any website, SCC Online ka website or Indian Qanun or general Google search also. You just type the keywords. Okay. And then you use and. Like for example, if you have to find a particular case, let's say on joint venture and subsidiary, whether if there's a research proposition, whether a subsidiary can be considered as a joint venture for the purposes of some rules. Okay. So what you can do, you can just mention in the Google search, type site, then you can type Indian Qanun. Acha, there's also one more website, you can just note it down. There's this Case Mine. This is a very good website to research on cases. Okay. So you can just type site Indian Qanun, then you can just type the wording like subsidiary, then and joint venture, like this. You should use the inverted commas, and if you and is used if you want two wording in the same case. Okay, that's why we use and. Let me show you. Mine wait. Okay, so can someone give me two keywords if there's any case that you want to search? What I can think of. Do you guys know whether a subsidiary can be considered as a joint venture? If anyone has an interest in corporate law.
हेलो।
See, now, huh, yes,
हाँ
Vaibhav.
मासी प्रणाम। अच्छा, क्या हो
Huh,
गया था?
Vaibhav,
हम्म।
are you saying
हाँ।
something?
हम्म। हम्म।
Okay. So now you have searched for these terms, so it will give you cases that contains both of these terms. So if you get an opportunity in an internship to research on case laws, then you should use keywords like this. Okay. So now I will just share you. There are few. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
One nation, one election.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was an article written by me and my friend. So This was related to one nation, one election, and particularly on the limitations of the one nation, one election. So, how we have started the article. First of all, we have quoted it with the relevant quote. Then we have written the introduction. This is a blog, no? So we don't, for blogs, we don't write research methodology or review of literature and all these things. Just either you write abstract and introduction and then you start with the article because blogs are short articles, mostly 1,000 to 2,000 words. So then you write the introduction, you explain what is this, the concept. Then you say the background, like what is the history of one nation, one election. Then you give the statistics, you can see the chart. Then you see what goals does one nation, one election seeks to achieve. Although we are writing on the limitation of one nation, one election, but we are also explaining what are the goals that this thing seeks to achieve. So this, whatever the advocates of ONOE states, we have written that it helps, it will help in potential savings of elections, then long-term policy making and all. Then three major reports we have stated. This, you can say, the review of existing literature. Then we have stated how it cannot be done because there are some constitutional impediments. You have to amend Article 83 and 172. Then you state what are the case laws that to support your contention. Okay. Like in this case, the court stated democracy means the free and fair elections. Then in this case, the court stated the multi-party system because ONOE might result in dominant dominance of one party only, but democracy is about multi-party system. So you research on this kind of case law. Then you will see, then you write, then you mention a study conducted by IDFC. These kind of statistics you should include. For example, see, we have included this picture of the Hindu this line. Then we state that what are the major obstacles that we should overcome before implementing ONV. It affects the federalism. Then we have cited the case of federalism. Then there will be a national issue dominance, reduced democratic accountability, cost saving estimates. Like this, you state, you just mix your data, the analysis, everything. That shows your research. Okay. Now there's this one more article. This is related to arbitration. As the implied exclusion theory undermines Section 9 purpose. This was also written by me. So I am showing you these blogs because it is important for you also to publish, to get your articles published. Because if you don't provide us good articles, then how we will publish it on our website? And in general, if you want to enhance your CV, then you should learn it. Okay. So I think if you have any questions, you can ask. Any questions? What, like, I don't understand what challenges are you facing in writing the articles? I have seen few people articles. They are not up to the mark. How we will publish it on our website? What limit? So General information about topics. Okay. So word limit. You what you can do? You can mention picture, or if you are confident enough, ki if you write a 1500 word article, and this is surely a quality article, then we won't refuse to allow you. Like, we won't refuse you to write upon that. You can write. You are permitted to write till 1500. If you are confident, then you can write a good article. You can add statistics by adding flowcharts and diagrams, like I showed you, Abhi. We are not telling you to write 1500 articles because you have to write article daily. So maybe it will be difficult for some people also. That's why we have fixed it to the minimum 600 words. But if you think you can perform well in more words, then you can go ahead. And if you think that you can complete it in one day, that's also a thing. Okay, anyone else? Khushbu, Anisha, Akshadi, Pakistan, Vinita, Vibha, Vaishnavi, Vaisha, Vaibhav, Sohid, Swati, Soumya. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
So are you guys clear how to write it now?
Yes, ma'am.
See, once you go through few journals, you just read few journals. I have given you the databases: Google Scholar, SCC Online, Heen Online, JSTOR. Just go through that. You will find, you will learn how to write it. Okay. So I hope this session was helpful for all of you.